What is up, guys? JayFerGaming here. Welcome back to my F1 2015 career mode on F1 2015. Just one thing, I do have a 2010 career mode out at the moment, and I'll be uploading them pretty much alternatively because 2015 is getting a little bit stale, but I still enjoy doing these races and producing these videos for you, but I think 2010 is a good addition to my channel. So, we're looking forward to the Belgium Grand Prix. First of all, I would like to say that I have included strict corner cutting, as I have downloaded the new patch, and yeah, it is very strict, I must say that. You'll see into the race, but into qualifying, on our first lap we're coming through the bus stop chicane. We've put in, it seems like a pretty good lap compared to Hamilton. We were about 7/10 off in the first two sectors, and we're coming to the line and we've somehow got pole. We are somehow, what was it, 1.5 seconds quicker than Hamilton. Well, I was 2 seconds quicker in the final sector than any other car, so how do I explain that? Well, there's clearly a glitch. Is it to do with the new patch? I do not have a clue, but we've got pole position nonetheless. I mean, Mary's 7.2 seconds slower than us. Even at Spa, in a manner, he's not going to be that slow. So, we've got pole at Spa. I'm not going to complain. I'm just going to take it on into my stride and hopefully run away with a victory. In terms of strategy, it looks like it could be a two-stopper, but obviously weather always comes into it at the Belgium Grand Prix. And okay, we've got the penalty flag already. That kind of worries me, but the lights are lighting up and away we go. Can we get a good start? Oh, we're sliding across the track. Hamilton's got the lead, but there's no doubt we're going up the inside. Try and maintain first place. We've actually braked quite well there. It's gone slightly off the track, but we have maintained first position. We've got a bit of a gap to Hamilton, actually. So we're coming up to Eau Rouge for the first time in this race. Hopefully Hamilton doesn't get much of a slipstream and overtake us. What? That's a bit of a harsh warning. And I had to check that out. With the new corner cutting, I wanted to see how strict it was. Well, that's extremely strict. You can just see we are just over the white line. It must be a centimetre or two. In a way, that's good in terms of league racing, but that concerns me slightly because Belgium is not a track that I ever corner cut at, but looking at that, maybe I do corner cut at Eau Rouge more than I actually think, so it's going to be interesting to see how often I actually do corner cut compared to the, well, with this new system, and I'm glad it's implemented, but if I keep getting penalties, then I've got to adjust my driving style majorly. So, back to the race, we are in the lead. Lap 2 now. Let's see if we can do this again. No, we've actually cut it again. Wow, okay. We need to sort our line out through Eau Rouge, but Hamilton's on the attack. He's got the slipstream. He didn't have it on the first lap, but now he does on the second lap. What's his straight line speed like? He's more confident on the brakes. He's trying to go around the outside. He's got the inside now. Oh, he's made slight contact, forced us a little bit wide, but we've just maintained first place. And now he is battling with Raikkonen. It's us three pulling away from the rest of the field. Fourth place seems to be incredibly slow. And now on to lap 4. It's Kimi Raikkonen this time, but he actually has DRS now as we are on lap 4. And he's going to try around the outside as well. We are defending. We've got the inside line. He looks like he's closer on the inside, and he's made contact with us and span round, which has slowed down Hamilton and gives us a bit of breathing space. But we'll have to have a look at a replay there. You can't really see too much from that, but you can see he really does hold up Hamilton. And on board with Raikkonen here, he takes a very narrow line and then just goes straight into me. He just understeers straight into me. That's the problem with the AI. When they take a different line into a corner, they just can't adjust themselves. So he's pretty much taken himself down the order a little bit. So everyone else has pitted. I'm the last one to pit. Hamilton pitted on lap 7, I think. I thought I could stretch these tyres out, because that suggests they're going to go for a 3-stop, and I was still thinking about a 2-stop. And 10 laps on these tyres, we'll wait and see what we can do. So, coming into the box, another set of the options going on. Can we have a good stop from the guys? And yeah, 2.3, not too bad. We're coming out, yeah, we're behind Hamilton, but obviously he got a 3-lap undercut. But we will have much fresher tyres, so there's no doubt we'll be closing in on him in a few laps' time. And we are ahead of Vettel. It really does look like a 3-horse race, maybe even 2, but it took a few laps to close on to the back of Hamilton. He did have good pace, but I had superior pace. And look at the slipstream here. We're miles behind, and we're closing up, coming up to Blanchimont, up the inside. This is going to be so tight. I've got to back off a little bit. Got a little bit scared there, didn't want to make contact. Hamilton's weaving across the track. Can we go around the outside here into the bus stop chicane? I think we can. We've got the inside for the second part, and yes, great move there. We have taken the lead from Lewis Hamilton, and now we need to defend, and we did maintain the lead there. On to lap 21. Well, I didn't see any cars for quite a while, so I thought I'd include Roberto Merri in here. He's in 18th place, not last. He's putting in a good performance with the Manor, the updated Manor. We've got the blue sponsorship on the car there. So, it's looking a lot better than it used to. It's still very slow, but still, they're still on the grid, which is the main thing. So, lap 21. Everyone else will get the undercut on me again. But I'm going on to the prime tyres now, just to see how long they last. There's no doubt I'm not doing a 2-stop, because these tyres are not going to last 23 laps. We'll see how long these last, and then probably go on to the options for the final stint. We do once again come out in second, but we are closer to Hamilton this time. But as we are on the prime tyres, I don't expect to catch up like I did in the last stint. But it looks like it's between me and Hamilton for the win here. We should get a worse second because we have so much more superior pace than the rest of the field. Lap 28 here. Rain in 15 minutes. Well, that's going to shake things up. That makes me think, what have I done with these primes? Have I messed up my strategy? Well, 15 minutes. If we think of this track, it's like 9 laps, I'd say. So, that means I could stretch this prime stint out, because with the AI on the options, they'll have to pit. And that is what is happening right now. Hamilton's coming into the pits. It looks like it could start to rain any second now, so he's making his final pit stop for primes. I could stay out. I could just drag out this stint. Obviously, the tyres might go off quite majorly, but we will save ourselves a pit stop, which is very nice indeed. You can see the tyres are yellow at this point, so not too bad. And it's just a matter of waiting. And lap 35, I thought, yeah, it's time for inters, as I totally understeer off the track. So I'm going to be the first one into the pits for the intermediate tyres. It is slightly earlier than I think the AI would come in on, so it's a slight risk. We'll see if it works, but I think we've got the pace, and the lack of grip on track indicates intermediates is the way to go. So let's do this. Come into the box, put the tyres on, and we should drop down to second if I'm not mistaken. We'll see where we come out compared to Hamilton. And yes, we do. Second place. Who is that? That's Maldonado, so nothing major. Rosberg's up to third, but he's no threat to us. Unless you make a stupid pit call. So coming up through Eau Rouge, yeah, it doesn't feel too bad. Looking at the temperatures, it seems like perfect conditions for intermediates, in my opinion. Straight past Maldonado. And now the other cars will have to react to my stop. And they do. A couple of laps later, Hamilton is into the pits. And he is effectively nearly a full pit stop behind us. So, if we keep it clean, we should win this race. And that will be our second win of the season as Stephen comes out the pits. But we are maintaining the lead. Everyone else is now into the pits on lap 41. Surprisingly, it's dried out. You don't, in my experiences, I don't see this transition that often. It goes from dry to intermediates to dry again. Actually, I can't even think of a time that's ever happened on this game. Usually it goes dry inters, wet inters, dry again. So I wonder if that's come with the patch. If it has, then that's fantastic. But we played safe. We come in at the end of that lap, hitting the wall, going into the pits. Nice driving there for myself. So we're going to put on the intermediate tyres for the final 3 laps. And we should come out still in the lead if we get a good stop. Let's see what happens here. 2.4, not too bad. And the gap to Hamilton in second place is 4 seconds. He's brought it down quite a bit by pitting a lap earlier than me. So we're going to have to maintain that gap for the next 3 laps. And I'm feeling pretty confident at this point. These tyres feel pretty good even though I understeer through that corner. And if we keep it clean, we should win this race. And now on to the final lap. Yes, we are going to win this race. We've pretty much dominated this race apart from a slightly alternate strategy which meant we dropped down to second for just after the pit stops, but we've had a solid performance all weekend. The pole, the win, the fastest lap. We have got the hat-trick. We're coming home to take victory at the Belgium Grand Prix. Felipe, baby, what a performance. Second win of the season, and that is fantastic news for our championship battle. There is the trophy. We are on the podium with the 2 Mercedes. Well, it wasn't the most exciting race, but in terms of the championship, which is, I want to say, the main thing, we want to win this championship, is a great performance. So I'm very happy with that. And we'll see the results in a second. As Rosberg beat the 2 Ferraris onto the podium, Valtteri Bottas, my teammate, finished in 5th. A couple of penalties there. Not sure if that's influenced by the new corner cutting system. Overall, I think it worked pretty well. I did corner cut quite a bit in the first few laps, just getting used to it. I adjusted my driving style and then didn't corner cut at all. So I think for all the tracks, I've got to adjust myself. Otherwise, I'm going to get penalties. That's the end of it. So there's the rest of the field. And the driver's standings looks very tight indeed. 14 points between Rosberg in 1st and myself in 3rd. So we're on track. We can catch up. We can win this. And I'm looking forward to the rest of the season. Next time out will be the Italian Grand Prix in Monza. So please leave a like if you've enjoyed this. Subscribe if you want to see that. And we're going to have a quick look at the constructors. Equal on points for Ferrari. Brilliant. This battle is going to be fantastic. I'd probably say Mercedes have won it at this point. I can't see them retiring too often. So, hope you've enjoyed that. Join me in the next race in Monza. And I'll see you then. Goodbye.